Abanye bayoyithola, abanye bayofisa ukuyithola, abanye basibawele kodwa ngeke bayithole. Ku-tricky, ku-tough, ku-wow, mara kuzolunga.
Are officially plugged into the Overview Podcast.
So we roll in. Welcome to the Overview Podcast. As you know, I am your boy Joey. Ladies call me Setswana because I'm way too fly. And since I'm way too fast, I call myself you know. And as you can see, today we are joined by none other than a very beautiful woman. Well, I'll let her introduce her, but her name is none other than Thea Khama. You know, welcome to the show, Mrs. Khama.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that we get to do this.
Yeah,
You know,
it's wonderful.
Yes.
It's always good to have a good conversation with someone.
You know, it's such a huge honor. I mean, such a beautiful house that you have here.
Thank you.
I learned earlier recently that you are this person who loves nature. You know, beauty.
Completely. That's me.
You
That's
know,
me to a T.
yes.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and a whole lot of extravaganza. What?
Extravaganza. I think that's the word he's looking for, guys.
Exactly. Well, this is the Overview Podcast, man. As you can see, we're having fun. It's all what is about. You know, I understand that you started off as into this beauty business.
I actually was in the massage industry.
Yes.
I never studied beauty myself, but
Oh.
massage therapy, as
yeah.
a therapy to help people with muscular aches and pains and all that.
Yes.
So I started doing that when I first came to Botswana. That's what I was doing for like 19 years.
Oh,
19
wow.
years. And then I created a spa. And in the spa I had beauticians and
Here
whatnot.
in Botswana?
Here in Botswana.
Oh, wow.
Then I trained many ladies to
Oh,
do
really?
massage. They're still all around the country doing massage. Some still come to my house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
That's so good. What about gym? I understand that you are a gym enthusiast as well.
Oh yeah, we also had a gym for 18, 19 years. In fact, the massage went on for 30 years, where I was physically doing the massages as well. So yeah, some people were my clients, still are,
You know.
and but I don't do that so much these days. Yeah, now these days,
Consistency.
yeah,
30
it's
years,
different things.
18 years.
19 years in the
19
gym
years.
industry. We actually owned a gym, my husband and myself,
Oh,
just the
wow.
two of us. And it was really my passion in the beginning, but it became his passion as well. And
Yes.
even as a parliamentarian, when he first became an MP, he was busy teaching spinning classes,
Wow,
and
really?
people
TK?
were TK. Yeah, and let me tell you,
Spinning.
hey,
Wow.
this guy has the tunes. My husband is like a DJ in hiding. You don't know, but he's a DJ in hiding. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
DJ TK. we see you, TK. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So TK actually spins.
Yes, he's an actual spinning instructor.
Wow.
Yeah, he's certified everything. We went down, we took a few people who'd never been on airplanes before, and we went down south to South Africa, got trained, and we actually were the first to bring spinning to Botswana. Yeah.
So like it runs in the family. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I
the
can say-
health and fitness
Yes,
thing. Yeah, we
Wow,
try.
but,
Yeah.
So you mentioned coming to Botswana. There's this confusion about where Thea actually comes from, because some people would say Israel, some people would say California, some people would say Mexico. So like, where do you actually come from?
Where do I come from? I'm a woman of the world. I can say that, look, I took my DNA test, and I'm mostly Native American. Strangely, but yeah, and then the rest is European. It's a bit of this, a bit of that. There's North African in there, so that's the only part of Africa that I have in me. But my soul is here. You know, my soul is African, but my DNA is all mixed up from everywhere. But yes, Mexican DNA in there, South American, Central America. Spain, Portugal, you name it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So like, how many languages can you speak?
I speak really 2, and I try.
You speak to
I
English
try
and-
with Setswana. I
you
try,
can?
but don't try me here, please.
So like, what is?
Ke bua kgologonyera.
But that's good.
Kgologonyera.
That's good. Wow. So like, do you actually
Me ke
understand that?
auta. Eh.
Oh, wow.
Eh, ke
Everything.
auta. Aha.
Wow. So like, you're actually listening to us while while we're
Yeah,
setting
I
up
can
here.
listen. I can
Wow.
listen and kind of get the gist. Not
Oh.
always get it
Oh, not
exactly
always.
right. If you try and test me, then
So like, you speak English and like fluently speak English.
English and then Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
A bit of Spanish, and then I learned that in school,
Oh,
and
wow.
then French because I lived in West Africa for maybe four years of my
Oh,
life,
okay.
and there they speak French in that country. It's a
Oh.
francophone country.
And I understand that you came to Botswana when you were 18. Am I correct?
Yeah, I was actually 17, turning 18.
17 to
Yes,
18.
yes.
Is this where you met TK?
This is where I met him.
Oh, in Botswana.
Yes.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And in fact, there was a nightclub called Night Shift back in the day, and
Wait.
it was in Broadhurst. Yeah,
Okay.
BBS in that area. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it was the place. It was the hip place. Anyway, I was going there,
Yeah.
and he was driving around this fancy car.
TK.
He got out and he had a radio on his hip. Then we didn't have cell phones, so those guys had radios everywhere.
Yeah, like
yeah.
the coolest guys
Yeah,
would
they were
have
the
radios in the-
coolest.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, who's this? You know. Anyhow, you'll read about it in my book, okay?
Oh, wow.
I can't tell you the whole story here.
but please, just a little bit.
Yes.
How was he when he approached you? That like, was he charming? Was he good with words?
He was a charmer. However, he didn't pay me any attention.
Wow.
Yes. I had to work at it. I was with another guy.
What?
Yeah, I was with another guy when I met him, and
Wow.
and he knew that guy, and he thought, oh, that's the girlfriend, so let me just stay back.
Yeah.
But meantime, I actually saw something.
In him.
I saw something literally over his head.
Oh.
And this thing was like a banner. It was like spiritual, this experience. And it
Wow.
said, you will make this man happy one day.
Wow.
And it literally in words, right
wow.
over his head. Anyway, it disappeared. I said, what? I was into the guy I was with. I really wasn't looking. And yeah, I was introduced to him. Okay, he was the son of the first president of Botswana.
That was in 1980.
1988.
Oh, 88. Yes.
So us Americans, okay, I am hailing from America, from California.
Yes.
You asked that question earlier, and I dodged. But anyway, I do hail from California.
Yes.
And there we are so relaxed with personalities.
Oh.
So we don't have kings, queens, all of this, and royalty, and so we're very relaxed. So I was a little too relaxed, I think, and that was difficult for the family at first. I was like blasé. It was like, you're just another person like me.
Yes.
Why should I, treat you this way or that way?
Yes.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But I do understand now.
But a long time. So like, it wasn't his power then that got you.
Not
attracted
at
to him or
all.
anything.
Not at all.
Yeah.
We started double dating with another girl that he was with. She was Canadian.
Wow.
And so not double dating him.
Yes.
Get that right, but not double dating him, but with the guy I was with and him and me and her, and we'd go out to dinner. And the funny thing was, TK and I, we would just talk all night. Like, we couldn't stop talking. The other two were having to find conversations because I was just like, wow, and he was wow. And it was the mind that attracted me the most. Yeah.
Wow. So like, they say love at first sight does exist. Is it?
This was a growing love. This one had to grow, but definitely there was a knowing. A knowing.
Yeah.
I knew there's something in this person that's special.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then 30, how many years later?
Yeah.
You guys are still together?
Yes, we are. We've lived together. We did not do the traditional thing of getting married first. We had kids first.
Oh, wow.
So
Kaidi and
Kaidi and Talia and Naledi, yes.
Wow.
So They're now 27 and 25. They'll be soon 26 and 28.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this next few months, next 2 months coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were born before we got married, and it took us 10 years to get married.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 years and of living together and doing everything together. And when we got married, we actually said, let's keep everything the same. Let's keep our accounts. Let's keep everything. So for a long time, we just kept everything the same because it worked.
Yeah.
Why change?
Yeah, exactly.
Why change when,
Yes. And I understand that your wedding anniversary is on March, right? Is that
April.
March or April?
April.
Wow.
April 11th.
I'm not way too far.
1998. We got
1998.
married right here. Right
Oh,
here,
right
where
here.
almost where we're sitting, we even were signing right in this spot. We were signing.
And then
this.
like we're doing this.
So you're
And then we do
actually,
the podcast,
yay!
actually. The overview podcast, baby. This is who we are.
This is the spot.
You know, so like 1998, company is 2021. That is how many years later? 20 man. Guys, you know math.
We'll do the math.
32.
Oh yeah, 32 together. And then 22, 23 years.
Married.
Yes.
Yes.
Married. Wow.
Yes.
That's so good. And then how was it like being Ngwetsi? You know what Ngwetsi
I
means,
know.
right?
I know.
How was it like being Ngwetsi into a royal family?
You know, it's been a process.
Yeah.
And we had an auntie Naledi. She was Seretsi's sister.
Oh.
She really was the one who
yes,
I
yes.
could say inducted me into the whole thing, into what it meant, what it was about. I didn't see her much, but when in the beginning, when we got married, she did all the traditional things. So I had everything traditional, the whisking, and well, we can't tell you guys everything. We ladies have secrets, but
True.
yes, but the elders in the tribe, they really inducted me in and showed me some of the things and taught me what I had to do as a wife and all these things in the culture.
Yes.
And of course, yeah, they did the same with my husband. We had a very traditional wedding in Saroe, but there were 4,000 people. 4,000 people.
Wow.
Many cows died that day. Shame. Yeah, my daughter's a vegetarian. She doesn't eat meat, but yeah.
Wow, that's like a true Tswana wedding.
It was.
4,000 cows,
It really-
4,000 people and a whole lot of cows
Yeah.
being slaughtered. So how was it like adjusting into from the American culture, kind of from the different culture into the Setswana culture? Wasn't it ever draining, difficult?
Some things were draining, but it was more, I would say, in the family life itself, the smaller family group, because there were certain traditions which I still didn't get, like the greetings. And like we Americans, we just walk into a house and we say hi, but we don't go through a whole process of greeting and all the things. Yes, and then certain people you have to say hello to first and all these things. We don't do that. We just walk in, and sometimes we don't even say hello. It's very bad. But we just but we're very friendly, open people. Americans tend to be that way. Sometimes people think that is brash because
Speaking of that, let me catch you and
Sure.
ask you something interesting. You know, here in Botswana, whenever like we dish food or whenever we come with food, we give the eldest first.
Yes.
You know, and then like it goes down to the youngest.
Yes.
How do you guys do it? And
pretty much the same, but
Oh.
not in such a respectful manner.
oh,
I would
what about
say.
the meat? Like, do you dish the like?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Because in Botswana,
But I know in Botswana, and now it's funny because I do that now when I go to America, and they don't realize that I'm doing it. But I do it because it's become my culture now, and
Yeah.
I respect it. I love it. I think it's a great thing that we do here. Yeah.
yeah, and I've seen how they love you down there. So, you know, whenever you go there, they'll be like, "Ngwetsi,
Yeah, they
you know,
they are
you know, and some
wonderful.
would say, Maro, now we love
Yes.
you, and all that. You know, that must be nice. You know,
It is very nice, but it's work. You don't just arrive at that. You don't just arrive at it. You have to keep working and doing charitable things, and things are expected of you. And sometimes you don't want to get out of bed and go somewhere, and you have to do it because you need to show up.
Yes,
and showing up is a big part of being in a royal family situation.
Yes.
Showing up, if you can show up.
you know, yeah. And the most amazing thing about you, Thea, is that you are not just TK's wife. You know, you are your whole person. You know, you are like you do a whole lot of things, like a whole lot of charity work. You write, you are so much into arts. I remember that Broadway.
Yes.
Then, you know, you've done a whole lot of things. Please, tell us about Broadway, because, you know, it's everyone's dream who's an artist to see himself in Broadway.
Yes.
You know, I understand that you were part of that Pula.
I was their patron.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, like, I understand that you took them to Broadway.
Yeah, I helped them get there. Yeah.
Wow.
I would say I helped them because they took themselves really.
Yeah.
All those artists, they brought their best self forward, 100%. I can't fault any one of them. They were amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody acted like a team. I think I'm a good team leader.
Yeah.
And so that's what I ended up jumping in. And some people said, oh, you know, maybe you took over roles that were not yours, but that's what they wanted. They were wanting that from me.
Yes.
So I did it, and I did it with gladness. And honestly, I can say, okay, they said 35 million Khama affair, family affair. No,
Yeah.
I can assure you I don't have 35 million in my account. I wish I did, but no, I did not steal anything from them. In fact, I gave them money of my own. And we went across together, and I helped write the script, because at the last minute there was no script, and for Broadway type of show you need a script. And I understood that. I know that because my mother used to take me to all these shows when I was young. So I appreciate the arts and creativity and dance, and I used to be a dancer myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in high school days I performed on stage, so I knew what it was kind of like about, and I knew how it is in the US and in America and what they expect. And I wanted us to be so professional and look so good, and that was my one thing, is to showcase the best of Botswana.
Yes. Speaking of all that, you are an artist at heart.
Yes.
You know, and right now you are actually a Motswana right now, and you are representing us. What do you think puts us backwards as Botswana in terms of exporting our talent, in terms of exporting our arts and culture to the world?
I think it's what I talked about earlier, showing up.
Showing up.
You know, you need to show up time and again, and be consistent. And honestly, be patient. Don't try and jump the gun. Don't try and jump ahead. But be patient, but also be proactive.
Yeah.
I think people sit back too much, waiting for someone to help them and do something. Go and do for yourself. Like, you know, if you need to go and sweep somebody's house so you get some money to get whatever products you need or whatever equipment you need, do that. You know, it's not a shame to do that. I used to clean toilets when I was young. You know, and that helped me get where I am.
Yeah. Speaking of time and showing up.
Yeah.
We came on time today, right?
Yes, you were wonderful. You showed up.
Overview.
You showed up. Yes.
Yes. You keep.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to spare that moment to the time when we talk about your book. But okay, no, let me spare it to that time where we get to talk about your book. But I understand that you didn't have such an easy upbringing as a woman. What I would like to hear from you, what do you? Because today we're living in an era where women feel like they're being thrown under the bus, like they're being overlooked. You know, some people would say, but the thing is that women who are standing up for themselves are getting wherever they want to be. You know, but so many women wants to be
The victim.
Victims and underground and stay there and be like, you know, men are getting everything while we're here. What is your take on that?
Well, I think it's the same as the artists, right? It's like, that's what does hold us back. That's what holds people back, is when we sit back and we just be the victim of the situation or the circumstance. You've got to always be looking for solutions and always be yourself
Yes.
and connect with yourself and your sphere of influence. So I teach I have a youth program, and I train them in this, in taking responsibility.
Yeah.
And we women, we also need to take responsibility. It's not all the men, that are getting everything over us. We as human beings need to take the responsibility, and then things will come our way.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of young ladies or women need to know and don't get.
Yeah.
I do train that. I train
yeah.
that in my coaching and my mentoring classes.
Yes.
And I teach people about what is your sphere of influence. So like,
Yes.
what can you affect?
Yes.
Can you affect the news? Can you affect, yes, you have a small level of effect that you can have,
Yes.
or impact you could have on that, but not really. And we spend so much time thinking about it instead of my beliefs, my emotions, my time, my purpose. What am I doing?
Wow.
That's all yours, and you can expand that circle, expand it.
True.
It's amazing.
True.
And so I'd like to encourage women, young women and older women, to get out of the box.
Yeah.
Don't start thinking and worrying about what the men have that we don't have, but rather go out and be the true you. And people will see that and they will appreciate. And I think men now are really trying, because of all the work of a lot of the women who have gone before, who have really toughed it out for us.
Yes.
Now men are turning around, they're turning their perspectives, and they're seeing that yes, women also need a chance, and they want to work with women more and more. And I think the younger generation, you guys have really come up in that and grown up with that idea.
And one thing that I personally feel with women is that as a woman, you don't have to go out there and be a man to be a woman.
No.
You have to be a woman to be great.
Yes.
You can you don't have to do a role to be great. Like there are a whole lot of great women out there that we can give examples, like a whole lot of Margaret Nasha, a whole lot of women.
Bring out your femininity, because that's so powerful.
What the world needs right
we
now.
need that. We need the balance
Yes.
of the male and the female, and the femininity that has grace, it has compassion, it is huge. And like when you have love and compassion in any situation. So you are in a conflict and you bring a woman in who has love and compassion at her core.
Yes.
Oh, that situation will change immediately. And that's the power we have.
Wow.
That's the power we have.
Such awesome words from,
Very powerful.
a coach herself. So your coaching platform, where do you have a company?
Yes.
A business that deals with that?
Yes. So my company is Inner Core Energetics Corporation. Yes, Pty Limited. And yes, and
Pty Limited, owned by a woman.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly, yes.
It's and it's I'm the sole owner. I am a coach. I don't train coaches, but I coach people. So life coaching, spiritual coaching, any kind of coaching, any kind of thing that you're grappling with, any issue that you're not sure how you can overcome or how you can improve on. That's where a coach comes in. So different to a counselor. A lot of people mix it up and they think counseling is coaching. It's not the same thing. So counseling, they're looking to heal your past, where you came from, so that you can move into the future with a better outlook and mental health wise, you're stable. With coaching, we're looking at where you are right now and where do you want to be.
True.
In the near future. In the near future or even now. And then a coach will ask you questions. So a coach believes that you have the answers.
Yeah.
We don't have your answers for you. But
just like in sports.
Yes, but you have the answers, and we want to bring that out of you and get that out of you. So that's what coaching is. And we take coaching for an hour. We do teams, we do groups.
So like how and where do you conduct your coaching classes? Like do people come to you? You have an office somewhere?
I have an office here at home.
Oh, here at home.
Yes, and I'm going to be building one soon here at home, a bigger one. But at the moment, my office is at home. I had office space in Pakalani, but the owner came back and took over. So I had to move, and it was COVID time. So literally, but coaching can happen anywhere. It can happen on Zoom. So I do Zoom calls with clients. I also do work with clients on WhatsApp, and I can go and visit them wherever they are, or they can come to me in my office.
Oh, so are you only focused on women only?
No, anybody, but 18 and up. 18 and up.
18 and
yeah,
up.
18
why,
and up.
Why
Well,
not younger?
younger, you know, I find they need mentoring, and that's why I have the program Teen Spirit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so like there's actually a difference between mentoring and coaching.
Yes, again. So a mentor is your friend. They are your confidant. They are your advocate. They stand. They show you what they have to offer. So like you can have a mentor in business. You can have a mentor in writing. You
Yes.
can have a mentor in entrepreneurial
Yes.
mentor, or in my case it's psychosocial support, so emotional support.
Yes.
That's what our mentors are taught, and
Yes.
they give that to young people who mostly are in high school, and then the program goes up until they're like in their 20s, late 20s, and then they become mentors themselves, and they peer mentor each other.
Yeah.
And,
So like tell me if if there's a young boy or a young girl out in Palape. I come from Palape, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice area. Hey, Ngwato.
You know, so if there's a young boy or a young girl out there who needs coaching or mentorship from Thea, how do they reach you? Like looking at the distance, that whether Palape or Shakawe or Masunga or Francistown, how do they get through to you?
That's a good question. Right now, I'm looking at that because I've been mainly focused on Greater Gaborone and those inner city kids, right? But I'm trying to expand my program to include the whole of Botswana, and there are mentors who are contacting me from those areas.
Yes.
Palape, in fact.
Yes.
I have people who've been contacting me. They want to volunteer in the program because it's a volunteer program. I don't earn anything from this.
Oh, really?
But it's my passion.
So like they don't pay you?
No.
Oh, wow.
No,
That's
it's
good.
it's
That's
through
good.
my
That's good.
through my trust.
You know, that's
Yeah.
so selfless of you, Thea.
Yeah.
You know, because because if you would go down deep there, like those villages, like from where I come from.
Sure.
You know, Bopalape, Mahalape. Oh, like these two guys are from Mahalape, by the way.
Hey guys.
You know, by the way, guys, I do have my team behind the camera. We have Chief Ghost and we have OMP at the back. They would come on board later on and ask their questions if they have to. You know, as I was saying, you know, there's a whole lot of backward mentality back at where we come from. You know, I felt like those are the places that needs to be tapped into, you know, because you can be in a place and then be caged out there. Ole just a young girl and a young boy. How long from 5 or 18 years? You know, you don't know what to do. You don't know what next step to take or which career path to take.
I do get a lot of people coming through my Facebook asking me questions from those areas, and I've heard this very much. And I do kind of, you know, mentor online. I'll either talk to them on WhatsApp or on, you know, I'll take my time with people. And I think that's where I'm accessible, and a lot of public figure people are not so accessible. I do spend some time, but if I can't, you know, I don't give money. That's one thing. So I tell people straight, but let's see how you can get the money that you're looking for. Let's unpack what's going on, and then I talk to them, and then I say, I want to hear back from you. And they do, and they manage themselves. It's amazing what you can actually do yourself, and you
like
don't
they
realize.
Say, don't give a man a fish, rather teach him how to fish.
Teach them how to fish.
That's great.
And that's what I do.
Or the biggest thing in the building today, please pass me that book, though. I think it's
and then I am available on social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram. Everywhere. So they do reach
well, like this is like the biggest thing in the building today, so I'll just reserve it for later, you know, so that we give it special attention. Before you know, a rough diamond. Before we get to the book, like we mentioned earlier, you have 2 kids, right?
Yes, 2.
And you had them while you were still young.
Yes.
How was it like being a young mother?
I think I grew up too soon. I grew up when I was 15. I was out of the house. I was also, working for myself at 15 and going to high school and trying to finish and graduate high school. Like Form 5. And I was alone, completely alone in the city. I didn't have parents at all, but I had all these people who kind of came through in the community and helped me out. Friends' parents, boyfriends' parents, and I made friends with them, and I'm still friends with them today. And a lot of them have come and seen Botswana and come and been tourists here.
Oh, wow.
And I still keep in touch. I think appreciating your mentors is like really key, but I didn't have it easy, and I think I went off of your question now, so I need you to ask it again.
I'll ask it again. You took me back.
Yeah.
I understand that. Speaking of your childhood and all that, I understand that you were adopted.
Yes, I was adopted by two wonderful people, one of whom just recently passed, my father. But I became estranged from him through the divorce with my mother and all this. So I still, even though I was adopted, I was adopted into like a middle income family, and they looked after me very well. They educated me very well.
Even though they never gave you money.
That's
something that I got.
So, well, here and there, of course,
they
I
loved you
was.
so much
they
and all that,
they did love me. They did the best they could. Let me say that, and I can't blame them for where I am today. No, I can only applaud them because they made me stronger by making me independent at a young age. It wasn't necessarily the intention, I think, but it happened that way. And it happened, why? Because I chose to be light. I chose to pick myself up. I chose to keep going every day.
Yes.
And I think that was like really key.
And I also understand that you managed to track down your biological parents.
I did.
Where are they now?
Yeah. They've passed on, both of them.
I'm sorry.
I also became estranged from them after 6 years of knowing my mother. I didn't ever meet the father. Yeah, it was a very tough situation, which you will read about. I cannot give it all. He's trying to give me. He's trying to give you the book. Yeah, he's trying to give you the book.
No, you know what? We're trying to give them
an idea.
Like, a thigh.
Sure, you can
thigh,
have
so
a thigh,
that
but you can't have the whole breast.
body.
Come on.
So the question was, how was it like being a young mother?
Oh yeah, thank you. Good one. You remembered. Okay, I became a mother at 22. It was very young. But I know younger mothers who've managed. I had left Botswana. I was in Namibia. My son was born in Windhoek. And I still didn't understand. And I don't think my husband really got it either. But this boy would be part of the tribe, he was male, like the firstborn was a male.
Kaidi.
And Kaidi. And the weird thing is, I didn't even know about the name. So that was like a made up name. Kaidi.
Really?
We didn't know. Even my husband didn't realize that it was a Setswana word or a Setswana thing. And then what happened is we wrote it, and we used to call him Kedi, for Tshekedi.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh.
So then we got here, but I spelled it Kaedi, and I kept hearing that and seeing that written. So I wrote it down, tried different things, and then I said, if we say Kedi, some people in America will say Katie, and they'll think it's a girl or something. So I wrote it Kae, and then when I got to Botswana, because I came back, I couldn't live in Namibia alone there with a child, and it was just too much. So eventually I acquiesced, and I came back here to Botswana and to TK, and because I'd left him, I wasn't going to be with him, and then I said, okay, now, and that was 2 months into it.
Is it then the book?
Yes. 2 months into the birth, then I came home here.
Okay.
This is home now, right?
Yes.
And that was tough. And then I basically kind of started raising him in alone, and then the family started coming in. And he's such a bouncy, gorgeous boy. They couldn't help themselves. And the mother really was instrumental because Lady Khama, she really loved grandchildren and having children. And so she came every day, and I was able to, let her know my son. And then the daughter came along.
Oh.
Yeah. Naledi.
Yes.
So again with her, I saw a star. I didn't even realize that she should be called Naledi. But so it was like God-given. I really believe these were special spiritual names that came through, and they were meant to be. He's Tshekedi Khama. Again, I liked Setswana Khama. So, I liked Khama. I knew him, and that was just, I love the name. And then I didn't realize the lineage. And of course, we didn't know Ian was not having children yet and all of this. So he's in line now.
Yes, I was about to ask you that his guide is actually in line of being the paramount chief of
or
Vanuatu.
A chief. Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Being a mother of a chief, wow. It's special. It's special, but woo!
Yes. What about him? Is he ready? Like, does he feel it? Is he even? I mean, given the task of it, would he be up to it?
He would be more than up to it. Really? He's a leader in his own right. But right now he's young. He has to learn the traditions.
Yes.
That nobody teaches anything. I think there should be a traditional teaching school opened literally for, especially we are not taught anything. We don't know. And then we are expected to know, but we don't know everything, and we can make mistakes that way, and it's not so nice. Yeah, it's embarrassing for people and us as well if we don't know. I think he's up to it, and I know that he would be a very modern type of chief. He's already said, "Look, I don't know why the women are on the ground," and he doesn't like that. He wants to give this chair up to the ladies all the time, and
yes. Is he like you said? You mentioned a very, 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 very interesting point, like there are no teachings and all that.
Yes.
Because I remember there was once an incident of you walking into the khotla and then
with jeans, right?
Yes, with jeans, and then people were all that's so disrespectful.
Yes.
How come she does that? So you didn't know about that?
I knew, but that was not that was a very relaxed lunch. It was not a planned thing, and we had been somewhere else, and we'd been working with campaigning around and doing other things, and we'd just come up from Gaborone that day. It was raining, and I didn't expect that I was going to the kotla, and then I know that if it had been a serious situation, those ladies, before I even got out of the car, they would have given me a skirt or something. But they didn't, because they knew it was a relaxed thing. It wasn't a formal affair. When it's a formal affair, yes, you shouldn't dress like that. And I wouldn't normally. And I have never done that before.
Yes.
But as I said, I rocked it. I rocked it. I rocked it.
She rocked it, guys. And she also rocked there's Kiba at that event in Molepolole.
Yeah.
The Tubaruba.
The Tubaruba.
Please do that again. Overview podcast, baby. Wow, we're having a great time with Thea Khama, guys. She has a book out, Rough Diamond. I understand that it came out last year.
In November. October?
Very November. Good. Rough Diamond.
Hey, you know your stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Yeah. He knows what he's talking about.
Hold up. So, what is it all about, Rough Diamond?
Yeah, so this is the story of my adoption, adventures in the African bush, and spirit guiding me home. So there's a lot of little spiritual stories. It's chronological in order, so it goes from birth up to my early 20s. And that's why the little child, that's supposed to be me. It's not actually me, but I couldn't get a picture from that time that would suit, but it looks like how I looked.
Yes.
And then I was the rough diamond, because honestly, diamonds are the hardest substance on earth, and they are born out of the earth.
Yes.
And I love that analogy, and that they are squeezed, they are pushed, they are challenged, and I had all of that going on. So that's a bit of that in there as well. You know, some sexual abuse that I went through, some really hard times when I was 7 years old. So I get the GBV stuff that people are talking about, but I also see another perspective on it. And I certainly don't hate men. I have a son, I have a husband. But and I am not, that is my experience, but I am not that. That's not what Thea Khama is, so I am not defined by being sexually abused at a young age, or later on in life I was raped and had that experience as well. But the book is not all doom and gloom. The book has beautiful stories. I was once saved by a dolphin.
A dolphin?
Yeah, a dolphin.
That sounds more like a movie to us.
It is like a movie, yeah. And then there was a time when I actually crossed over to the other side. So I explained that a bit as well.
You know, I've been meaning to ask you this, but like this question keeps on swinging away. I don't know why. Your spirituality, it seems like you are very much of a spiritual person.
Yes.
You know,
since that time, let me tell you. Well, even since I was born, I think. But my parents were atheists. Literally, they did not believe they were scientists, and they didn't believe in God or anything. Like after you die, that's it. You're done. Now. So I didn't have that growing up, like, you know, indoctrinated in me. We didn't have the Bible at home. We didn't have any of that. So I didn't understand that until I came to Botswana, literally. Wow. Christianity wasn't something that I was aware of. However, I had an experience crossing over when I was 11 years old. And I induced myself into a state where I actually stopped my heart. Yeah, when I was 11 years old, out of anger and frustration with my parents at the time, and I hyperventilated myself into like a cardiac arrest. My stepmother was a physiotherapist, and she brought me back to life with my father there. But on the other side, what I saw, I understood. Hey, a lot is happening on the other side. I could go on forever. But what's happening there's a lot. And there's a lot of purpose and reason why we are here. There's a big plan for us. And I got to know that. And I got to know that I wasn't finished. And I did want to stay there. I wanted to stay because it was so beautiful, so beautiful. And God was all around. Literally, there was God there. Yes. Woo! Hey.
Wow, that's
and
so
that's
amazing.
exactly it. So this book, it has inside is the songs. Every chapter is a song, because when I was there I heard songs.
Really?
Yeah.
The other side.
Yes.
Wow.
And everything is singing. Everything has a song. You have a song. He has a song. She has a song.
Really?
I have a song.
So is it more like paradise, like they say?
It is like paradise.
Really,
It
like
is so
where
beautiful.
you can see.
And I saw my grandfather there.
Oh,
My
wow.
grandfather came, and he had passed on when I was 4 years old. He's not my biological grandfather, but he was the one that I knew.
Yeah.
My mother's father. And he came there and spoke to me. He was radiant. Oh my gosh. He was amazing. He came in these robes of white and glittering light and just everything. And I was in all space, all time. So I was behind the camera. I was in the camera. I was the camera. I was me, and I was him.
Yeah.
And we spoke in a language of love. And he told me, no, it's not your time. They love you. Go back. And I said, they love me. What is that? And then the next thing,
so amazing,
next thing, it's like I felt
Wow.
the hand of God on my back and pushing me
you
back
back.
to my body.
Yeah.
Later on, I discovered Christianity. Yes, in my life here in Botswana. And
Why did you come to Botswana though?
why did I come here?
Yes.
Because my mother was here. I was coming to visit her. She was working for USAID here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
U.S. Agency for International Development. They do development projects. They're not so much here in Botswana now. They're in South Africa more. But it was an amazing career, and she went to many countries. She went to Namibia.
The reason why you were always traveling West Africa, Namibia.
Yes, she was in Peace Corps before that. So it's government agencies that do these projects, and U.S. government agencies, and she, you climb up the ladder in those. But she was one of the only women climbing up the ladder in that sphere. Yeah. Oh wow. So she's a tough cookie. Wow. Yeah.
This has been one.
She's also a conservationist and environmentalist. That's another passion of mine. So you've seen Global March.
Yes. We know that you have huge love for animals and all that. You once called you. Do you remember Jujuvine?
Yes. the donkey.
I don't know. What's happening between you and Jujuvine?
Hey, nothing's happening at all.
I mean, Jujuvine is like, you called him a devil for beating a donkey.
I didn't call him a devil.
What did you
I didn't call him a devil, but I called him out.
For beating a donkey.
Yeah, and what's funny about that? You're smacking an animal, you're hurting something, and you think it's funny when it's crying. And I don't see that as humor. I don't know where the humor is in that. But there was so many people laughing, and I was shocked at the amount of people that were supporters of that. And he did it with chickens as well. I saw it, Juju. I saw it. Juju, you stop that now.
Wow.
No, but we love our comedians. We love our people. Yes. It's not like I hate the man. Yeah. But I just didn't like what he was doing. Yeah.
And like you are so passionate about like animals. The entire family is so passionate about animals. Yes. For us Africans, I don't know. For us Africans,
you take it for granted.
Yes, like that most animal that we love wholeheartedly is a dog.
Yeah, or a cow.
Yeah,
because you're gonna eat it, right? Yeah. Yum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cow is our economy. Wealth. Everything. It represents us. I believe. Yes. So, wow, you so many things in one.
I've lived a broad life, and it's given me so much exposure. And I think that's another thing that holds people back in Botswana. I would encourage young people, if you can get out, travel, go somewhere. Use your money wisely on that. Don't use it on buying a car. Yes. Go and travel, see the world, and see other people and cultures and how they're living. Even in Africa, it's so vast. Yes. And you can learn so much and bring it back here and transform people's lives and do different stuff with that. Yes. Create art from it. Write books. And that's another thing. I'm about to start a book writing project. So people who are interested in learning about publishing and writing books, I'm going to be doing that with Mompuloki Makwana. And we're about to launch that soon. So you'll have to look out for it on our social media. Yeah.
And then there's this, above so many things that you are all in one, there's this one thing that stands out of you. Everyone who attacks TK, they all know that they have to deal with you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He's my babe. He's my babe.
That's so shit of you,
Yeah, don't attack my family, my children or my husband. That then you'll see the lioness come out.
Well, I know.
Yeah. And anyway, I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio, and we have a sting in the tail. So just remember that. But honestly, no, I'm a loving person. I am not really. I've decided, I'm tired of this being an activist. I want to be a catalyst. So that is something I decided about 2 years ago. So I changed up the word in my mind, and even on my social media.
Speed up reactions.
Yes. I want to be a catalyst for change and a mover of good things. I don't need to be an activist for everything. Yes. But don't touch my animals. Yeah.
And her husband.
And my husband.
Husband. Well, she's actually a cool person. Well, it's so nice to see this side of you, because we are mostly prone to that side of you that
The
protects
political,
TK,
yes.
guys, no, what this and what that. So yeah, how much is the book?
So the book, if you buy it from me, from moi,
Yeah,
it's 215.
215
pula.
215.
Yes, but if you
Oh,
get
what's
it in the
15 pula
shops,
for?
hey, listen, it costs to print these things,
Oh,
you know. This is costly, by the way. Yeah,
Yes.
it's costly.
Uh.
So us authors don't make that much off of each
True.
book. It's something that a lot of people think
Yeah.
they don't. They get there, and then you've got to market. You've got to market this thing like heck. You've got to market to different people and go around. So I'm going to South Africa in the end of the month. I'll be
Yes.
doing book signings there. People are getting to know me there from the book.
Oh
and
that's good. So how is it performing in the market already?
It's doing well and hey, in Botswana, I want to thank everybody who has gone and bought, because there have been a lot of buyers in Botswana. I must say, I'm really proud of that fact. And
Big up to you, BW.
yes,
So like
BW.
are you saying that Botswana actually readers?
Yes.
Really?
And I was shocked, like when I went to the book signing and saw all the people in the bookstore, even young people, just browsing around. Like it was Good Friday also, the one day I was book signing there. And the place was packed. No other shops was packed, but Exclusive Books was like full of people.
Shout out BW.
Yeah.
Shout out Botswana.
Is it only available in print?
No. It's also available on Amazon, digitally, and Nook and Kobo Books and Apple iBooks.
Oh,
You can find it there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just look up Rough Diamond, Thea Khama.
So who is the target market for the book? Is it for everyone? Kind of like
It's for
there's a
everyone.
specified
Honestly, it's
target
for
market?
everyone. I would say anyone from 14 and up. Yeah.
Why should I buy it?
Why should you buy it?
Yes.
It's going to help you reflect on your own life, and it's mystical, and it's not like a normal read of a biography or something like that. It's a story, and it's little stories all strung together in one story. Yeah, you'll get to know me much better.
Wow.
And you'll understand why I am the way I am, and
Yes. And I also understand that you would get some sense of inspiration.
yes,
looking at
inspiration
what
and
you-
reflection.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what the readers are telling me, especially men. It's so odd, but my publisher thought that it would be women and that I should target only women, but more men have been reading the book and picking it up. When I go for book signing in South Africa, it's the men coming, and I'm just like, what is it? What is it about this that makes you drawn in, guys?
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but men are picking up the book and reviewing it on Amazon. So that's great.
Show my gang.
Yeah.
Majita representing. Guys, do you have any questions that you would like to pop in?
I have one question, but I think I'll ask it when we're about to close. Are we closing?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Thea, one question from me. When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered as? Like, tell somebody who's young right now and he's really trying to be out there. So what do you want to be remembered as?
I want to be remembered as a giver, as a lover, and as a friend. Yeah, to everyone. That's really me.
And as TK's protector.
And as TK's protector.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yo.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Anything? Like this has been like this has officially been the longest episode that we've ever done.
Really? Wow.
I didn't think that would be so nice. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for doing this. Okay, we usually close this with what we call a word association.
Okay.
I say a word and then you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. 5 words. Botswana.
Oh, 5 words. Okay.
Yeah. So like the first word is Botswana. What comes to your mind? Like the first thing that comes to your mind.
Land.
TK.
Love bug.
What else? Writing.
Creativity.
Heaven.
Paradise.
Naledi.
Star from the heavens.
Wow, but I thought you'd say daughter.
She is a star from the heavens.
Yeah,
she's
she
a
is.
heavenly star.
Oh, guys, follow us or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Overview Radio. Follow and like our Facebook page, Overview Radio. It's actually new and doing great already. You know, my name is Joey Badibi Jr. Following me on social media. In each and every platform, I am Joey Badibi Jr. The Junior is JR, you know, Joey Badibi Jr. And we also have Thea Khama as well. Please go buy her book, guys. It's a very interesting book. I had a time to review it before, like, we came here. It's way too...
Copyright.
Yeah, I am. You know?
Son.
You know, so like, where can they follow you? Where can they access you?
Facebook, Thea Khama. And I also have a page, which is Thea Khama, the author.
Yeah.
Official. Thea
Yes.
Khama Official.
Yeah,
you
you
can
on
follow me
Instagram as
there,
well.
you know. Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Thea Khama again. Everywhere is Thea Khama. Twitter, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great place to network with me. If you want to network on any kind of business situations, yeah.
All right.
That's the deal.
Thank you so much, guys. This is how we sign out of the Overview podcast. My name is Joey. As you already know, ladies call me Setswana because I'm way too fly. You know, but since I'm way too fast, I call myself we out. You know, again, one last time. We out.
Are officially plugged into the Overview podcast. Overview.